coming up on today's edition of Wildcat Weekly. Nika knows it can dance, Spirit Week, and War of 204. All this and much more coming up next. Hi, and welcome to this week's Spirit edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm Patrick Gonzera. This past Monday, Nika kicked off the Spirit Week with Nika Knows It Can Dance. Liam has the recap.
Nika Knows It Can Dance is the kickoff event for Spirit Week. Anyone can try out and show off their moves.
So the Nika Knows It Can Dance event is a really great event that Orchesis puts on every year. And we have a bunch of different student participants who are not on the dance team, cheer, or Orchesis, but who get a group together and perform in duos, trios, small groups, large groups. And it's a contest where the winning group is sort of the best dancing group voted on by a group of judges of teachers.
Over the years, we've seen many kinds of dance groups. Many students like to get involved.
Anyone can dance. We encourage people who aren't even in school groups or a sports team to make a small group and to come out and dance.
Nika Knows It Can Dance is sponsored by Orchesis and been around for 4 years.
So there's one group that ends up winning based on how well they perform, how much they get the judges and students in the audience involved, the amount of students we pretty much have as groups that decide to register.
This year there were 2 winners. The Peer Partners Surfing and Crime Group won the award for Spirit. The overall winner was Senior Advisors. Until next year for Wildcat Weekly, this is Liam Kirstein.
With last year's huge success, this year's pep rally has to be a step up. Connor finds out more.
Every year, it seems to become an even bigger event. The Nika Valley Pep Rally takes place to get the school ready for the big Nika Wabanzi football game at North Central College. The football players feel the true effect of the school's support.
Yeah, I would say the pep rally did pretty good for firing me up for the game. I mean, seeing like everyone out there and cheering and stuff, and like all the things we did, like the tug of war and stuff, and the dancing. I mean, I think it like gets everyone fired up for the game, and especially the players too. I'd have to say my favorite part of the pep rally was probably when Dr. McBride started dancing to Gangnam Style. I mean, it like kind of brought us together as a school and like showed like no one really cares what you think.
As many people may know, the Nika Wabanzi rivalry has been set in stone for many years now. Every year it seems to grow and become a more hyped event. In order to get the event set up, there are many contributions that must go into planning everything. In addition, this year's pep rally could also have some new events taking place.
Fall pep rally, we converted it over to the Wabanzi Week probably back in 2003, and it's been a great success. Every year at the pep assembly there are some pieces that remain stable. We're going to celebrate and recognize some of the great things that have happened in the fall. But there's always some little pieces that'll be there that are surprises. So one of the things we're going to do this year, which I won't give out any surprises, any of the big details, but we're going to build off of our weekly webisode pieces that are airing on Nika Media every day.
Enjoy the 2013 Pep Rally, Wildcats. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Connor Miller.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of work that goes into planning Spirit Week. Maddie cheers into this story.
In the week leading up to the big game, many activities are taking place. Student Council works behind the scenes to organize these events.
This year for Spirit Week, for Student Council, we're organizing the Twilight Invite and getting people out for that.
Student Council members put a lot of time and effort into making this week fun for other students.
Spirit Week means a lot to me because to me it's about like uniting such a big school.
Student Council members put forth effort and hard work in all that they do.
So we're trying to get the whole school involved with Spirit Week because School Spirit, I think, is actually about like the whole school coming together as one. And we're trying to advertise the Spirit Days for this week where we have posters downstairs and we're trying to get them off on the announcements and everybody should just know what Spirit Days are.
From publicizing Spirit Week events to volunteering, there is a lot of effort that goes into making this week possible.
We've been working really hard to publicize it and we're trying to get the word across throughout the school so everybody can be involved. We have stuff at the Gold Building and the main building.
Thanks to Student Council for a great week to get us ready for the big day. For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Maddie Reynolds.
With all the anticipation over the football games this year, many Nika students are wondering more about the tailgates and how they can step up their school spirit. Here's Emily with some tips for tailgating.
Every Friday before the game, Nika Gold Rush hosts a tailgate outside the football field.
I love the tailgates because it's like an exciting atmosphere, having all the students come down and like just pump each other up before the game.
My favorite things about the tailgates are when B96 comes, and I love when Dr. McBride comes and like tweets pictures of all of us.
Students also love to come to the tailgate and show off their wild outfits for each theme.
I love the tailgates because it gets everyone pumped up for the games, and I love wearing like the fun, crazy outfits.
Best place like creativity-wise is Party City. And if you're on like the cheaper side, like me, thrift shop. I like to think of the tailgate as like a show, like who came like the best, like dressed with our theme.
I get a lot of my outfits from Savers and Party City, like my tutu and like suspenders and everything.
So make sure to come out this Friday and show off your school spirit. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Emily Sanderson.
Many don't know the story behind the big Wabanzi game. Here's Devin with a closer look at the War of 204.
Everyone knows about the War of 204, but many are unaware of the tradition that takes place each year at the sophomore game in honor of Jeff Still.
The War of 204 trophy, our traveling trophy, is named after Jeff Still, who was a teacher at Wabansi Valley High School. He was a sophomore football coach there, and he was killed by a drunk driver. We created the trophy that goes back and forth to the winner of each game. It's presented at the end of the game by usually by Jeff Still's father.
Everyone is looking forward to tomorrow's game against Wabansi, one of our biggest rivalries, especially the players.
Nika Valley, y'all. I believe it. They believe it. We're going to put it on the Constitution that Nika Valley, we're going to do this, y'all. Woo! The fans. You're going to see a bigger fans. You're going to see a whole lot of fans coming to Wabansi and Nika game.
Tonight at 7:30 at North Central College. Go Nika!
For Wildcat Weekly, I'm Devin Tenney. Hope to see you at the game.
And as always, go Wildcats!
Many wonder what it's like to be Willie the Wildcat. Alex got a chance to spend a day with Willie in his natural habitat. Here are the highlights.
Yeah, Willie's the man. There is no comparison. You can tell Willie belongs no matter where he is, even by the way he walks. Even as popular as Willie is, he still does great academically. At lunch, so many people come up to him that he can barely even finish eating his lunch. He lights up the room with excitement every time he comes in.
And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Alex Birkenbuell.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Wildcat Weekly. Be sure to come out and support your Wildcats as we take on our rivals Wabansi. And as always, go Wildcats!